Any one of my drinking buddies would have told you I had a bit of a temper. I didn't let anyone tell me what to do, you know? But then he shows up. He just climbs into my boat and says, "Toss out your nets," which was kind of stupid because there wasn't any fish around at that time of day, right? And like I said, no one tells me what to do. But in that moment, I don't know, I wanted to trust him, so I did. And I kid you not, fish out the tuchus. Then he just looks at me and says, "Follow me." And I did, for 3 years. I remember swearing on my life, I would never turn my back on you, Lord, ever. I always believed since Jesus was unstoppable, I would be too, you know? So when I saw him in the temple, bloody, beaten, and helpless, I didn't know what I believed anymore about him or me. So I sit down by this fire, right? And there's these people hounding me. I just wanted them to shut up. So I'm like, I don't know him, I don't know him, I don't know him. After Jesus, you know, I went back to my old job. What else was I supposed to do after a royal screw up like that? We go a few nights without catching anything. And then, as we were coming back in, some wise guy on the shore yells out, "Throw your nets onto the other side." Like that will do anything, you idiot. But at this point, what did I have to lose? Suddenly, we can barely pull in the nets. There's so many fish, and instantly, I know the wise guy is Jesus. Look, I'm an impulsive guy, but the only impulse I had at that very moment was to jump out of the boat. I didn't really care whether I was gonna run across the waves or swim underneath, you know? I finally make it to the shore, and he's sitting there beside a fire, waiting for me. He asked me, "Do you love me?" And like that, I'm back to the scene of the crime, standing in front of a fire being asked where I stand with Jesus. So I tell him, "Yeah, man, I love you," but I guess that wasn't good enough. So he asks me again, and then again, and every time I say I do, he says he's putting me, in charge of everything he's leaving behind. 3 times I stood in front of a fire, turning my back on him, and 3 times I stood in front of another fire and was given another chance. Then Jesus puts out the fire, stands up and says, "Follow me." Not, "O ye of little faith," or "Put away that sword, Peter," or "Get behind me, Satan." Just follow me. So I did. I'm still following, and I'm building his church, and now people are calling me a saint. Nah, I'm just some guy with rough edges and a big mouth who's driven by the fact that God doesn't see me as a failure. And now I know where I stand with Jesus, because when he rose to life again, he brought me back with him.